My name's Allison Hetrick. I am the clinical coordinator in the athletic training education program, and we are doing a study abroad trip, myself and Dr. Scott Barnacle out of Sports Psych. And what we're doing this spring in 2018, we're going to go spring break. We're going to Costa Rica, so we're going to go to the middle of the country and spend time in San Jose. I always make sure I say the right one. So San Jose, which is in the center of the country in Costa Rica, and we are going to spend a week there working at a really cool kind of experience that's pretty much of interest of all students within CPAS, but some students outside of CPAS as well. We are going to do a Sports Without Borders program. So if you've ever heard of anyone doing a medical mission trip, this is as close as we can get to that without actually having medical providers have to do anything. So what we're going to do is we're having a sports camp for kids in Costa Rica that are underserved kids, soccer camp. And we're going to teach these kids soccer as well as do sport performance and through sports psychology techniques and injury prevention through athletic training medical techniques. And so what's going to happen is in the course leading up to it, we're going to get groups of students together to design these programs that we're going to actually do on the ground in Costa Rica. Now, let me just tell you about Costa Rica. It's 80 degrees year round. It's a tropical rainforest, so you'll see monkeys, sloths, parrots in the trees. So like any other jungle rainforest picture you can think of. There's volcanic activity, there's beaches, there's all sorts of outdoor rafting, Caribbean reefs, there's surfing. It's a really ecologically diverse country. We're going to spend most of our time in the center of it, which is kind of in the heart of the mountains and in the near some of the volcanoes and national parks. But we are going to spend a day at the beach. So like any good spring break trip, we get to have a little sun and sand in there. So there's some beach time. There's an adventure day. There's the potential for a Costa Rican rodeo or some cultural dance lessons. And we're also going to go to a professional soccer game in Costa Rica, as well as sort of tour a medical facility to see what healthcare and medicine looks like in another country. And so, like I said before, this is really open to students of any interest, so that gives you kind of an idea of it. So it's spring break of this year. We leave Saturday to Saturday, so you get a day at the end to sort of rest up for classes to begin, and you don't really miss anything before you go. Most of these spring break trips, and this is the only thing that's not completely set, you're looking at anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000. I usually try to keep mine as close as I can to the bottom of that, and it's not quite set yet, but that will come out shortly. You will see that the price, though, for us includes all of your meals but 5. So there's 4 dinners and 1 lunch that's not included. So that's 2 dinners and lunch and breakfast every day, except for one day that you don't get lunch, that you happen to get dinner that day instead. So, so from the price standpoint, you almost need no extra money to go with you. It's pretty cheap to go to Costa Rica, so those meals won't cost you very much. You'll be on your own, or if you eat a lot of the other meals, you don't have to spend anything. And all your excursions, everything else, tips, everything for everybody is included in that price. So it's for the most part as close to all-inclusive is that you can have. So leave there, come back, and in terms of workload, the bulk of the work is prior to the trip, where we're going to actually set up and develop those things. We get down there, we'll have some things built in while we're there that week, and then when we come back, you write up a summary of your trip, and that's the trip in a nutshell in terms of the work and the other things involved.